My name is Rusty Chennis. I've been a permanent resident of this area here, the Longboat Village on the north end of Longboat Key, since 1980. It's a neighborhood kind of neighborhood. I mean, people know each other, people get together, so it really has that special feel. It's a great place to live, very close to the water as you can see here, and therefore it gives me a chance to really kind of, I think, observe what's going on.
I'm Allison With. The neighborhood here is Palmasola Park. It's a residential area that was built in the 1920s. In fact, it was the first residential area in Manatee County, started by Thomas Edison, of all people, for his workers. I was just amazed at how caring people are here and how much they enjoy taking advantage of the park and the waterways in this area. And I hope we can just keep it all here for the public to enjoy. I've been coming to the area since 1955 because my grandparents have owned a home here, and it's just been passed down in the family, so I've seen what's happened with the water since the 50s. Well, back in the 50s, there wasn't a time you couldn't walk around on every street, enjoy everything that was here. Now, anytime there's a storm, we are getting roads that are flooding, we are getting water up into the middle of our yards. You know, you always want things to stay the way you know them. You really do, because it's such a good life and it's such a pleasant area and such unique homes.
In a low-lying community like this, 1 foot makes a huge difference. Up until just about a month ago, the valves and the drains that supposedly let the fresh water out to the bay during storm events would also function to bring the salt water into the streets. I mean, it doesn't take a whole lot of salt water. I have a car now, I wouldn't drive in the salt water. So, I mean, yeah, it'll mean I can't get out of my house. If I don't leave in advance, and sometimes when I wouldn't normally want to leave it, I may be trapped. I think that this neighborhood right here, the village, it's a real microcosm of the impacts that we're going to be feeling with climate change, with sea level rise. A healthy economy and a healthy environment are so intricately linked. And in fact, it's something that impacts everyone. If we have continued sea level rise and things like that, people aren't going to come and visit here. It's going to affect the economy in general. Whether you're a marina operator or a restaurateur on Longboat Key, or you're hammering nails and sweating pipes in Lakewood Ranch.
As important, perhaps more important, is to try to do everything we can do to help remove and minimize CO2 going into the atmosphere, which in terms of our own municipal operations, all of our municipal power generated is soon to be coming from renewable energy. And we're working on connecting shopping and cultural districts with our neighborhoods through bike paths and walking paths.
Well, I really think there's better ways to drive a car and to use solar heat, solar energy, rather than the fossil fuels that we're dependent on so much. And they say that's something we can actually do as a community.
We need to get this message out to the people who have not experienced it, who don't know this. Not only the generations that are coming up to replace us, but also the people out there who don't know how they're going to be affected by what we have here. We need to encourage people to go out, attend their commission meetings, write letters to their elected officials.
There are so many things that can be done, and the really important thing to remember, it's going to be the total of all of the little things that individuals can do, and then the neighborhoods and the communities, and hopefully eventually our state and country, that will turn the tide on this.
Decisions I'm making today, what kind of impact will that have on my children, my grandchildren, God forbid, your great-grandchildren, which is not that far away?
It needs to be foremost in mind. We need to consider what we're doing in all of our actions. That's not to say do not continue to enjoy life, but really to be a part of an exciting opportunity to advance technology, advance lifestyles that will keep us all healthy and preserve this great place that we live on, this blue planet, for future generations, not just one or two, but many to come.